Jimmy, I know that you are new to the federal government. I mean, well, you have been here I guess a few years. Let me start this again. Thanks. Thanks, Jimmy, for giving me a heads up. Anyway, I would have found out. You know, your party plan is no longer a secret. As an ethics professional, since you plan to use government resources in this manner, we need to talk before you get too involved. From what I learned, it seems a little too much, well, a little too crazy. Actually, it's quite illegal and improper. I am surprised. Jimmy, do you not know that this is a workplace, not a fun place?
Emily, I guess I am still new to the ways of the government and what they expect from we supervisors. I keep thinking I am back in the private sector, keeping it real for my staff. Look, this may look like a silly party, but this is my way of giving back to my staff and the agency. I am a people person and it's what I do best. When I worked in industry, parties are how we make people happy. At this point in my life, I have only got a few more years to make a difference.
Jimmy, I am not going to discuss your goofy hat or new facial tattoo, or the 80s new wave rock music that you plan to play in the office for several hours. Listen,
What do you want to say? Get to the point. Tell me now before I retire again. The next time I retire, I really will not be working, unlike now.
Let me start this way. I have been teaching ethics to our region for 15 years. You have been with the government, well, for long enough to be somewhat aware of the ethics rules. And you need to know them. You supervise a large staff. Every year we review the same standards of conduct rules for federal employees. So you must know something about federal employee ethics. Here is an easy one. Can you tell me how many ethics principles there are?
What's a principle?
A rule. Something you are supposed to do at the office as a federal employee.
I don't know. There are a lot of things we are supposed to do at work. Like show up, eat lunch, leave at the end of the day. How about 100 rules?
No, actually there are 14. Can you name any of them?
Be ethical?
No. Be ethical is not an ethical principle. Look, let's review your party plan. You want to host a party using a federal room during duty hours.
It will help break up the day. Half work, half play. I am trying to keep the office parties here short. In my old job, when we had a party, it would take up most of the workday, and sometimes most of the evening.
You will ask the neighborhood restaurant for supplies.
Well, my wife Ginger owns the place, so she won't charge us as much as Walmart or Target. We might as well keep the business in the family. I should also take the office there to Ginger's later on for our annual December office party.
You want to serve alcohol and get cash donations from your staff and their families to pay for the drinks and food. There are so many problems with this party plan, I don't know where to begin. Let's start with an easy rule. An agency called the General Services Administration tells us federal employees not to serve alcohol on government premises.
Wait a minute. Good green beer is what St. Patty's Day is all about. That's what makes it special and fun. We do not drink green beer on any other day, do we? Besides, I thought St. Patty's Day was kind of a federal holiday in some states? Isn't there some federal law that requires us to observe state holidays like St. Patty's Day whether we want to or not? Might as well enjoy it.
No.
I did not realize there were any rules about any of this. I thought we are supposed to make the workplace fun and raise morale. I think a solid St. Patty's Day party for a day or two would help the agency's rating on best places to work in the federal government.
It's best places to work, Jimmy, not best places to play, rest, or best places to retire in place. Taxpayers trust us to carry out orders from Congress and the President, not just order food and carry out for our parties. Anyway, I want to be positive too. I am glad at least that you realize your need to ask for ethics advice prior to your party activities. That is something, and it's not too late to change the details of the event and the invitations to reflect the ethics rules. I think you could have a voluntary potluck lunch in the office lunchroom during lunch hours only. And no collection of money, please.
What if we get thirsty, and you are telling me I cannot serve hard liquor or beer? Look, Emily, I am just an old frat boy at heart. I love to party, and really, who does not? What else is there to drink? What else can I do? Can I still wear green? Help.
I think the office tap water was tested once last year for impurities. Or if it is cold, make a warm beverage, but I suggest laying off the coffee. That is why I like to drink herbal tea. I like Red Singer or make a gallon of Sleepy Time herbal tea if it is near the end of duty hours and folks are getting ready to drive home.
You know how to throw off a party. Thanks, Emily. I will follow your guidance.
Thanks, Jimmy, for helping us illustrate the power of communication, of just talking things out in advance. Especially when it involves party plans and use of government resources. Let's all remember, government resources, whether it is office time, office supplies, office biddings, travel funds, all of this is our responsibility. There are important rules and regulations for their proper use. If we violate them, we could be on the front page of the Washington Post. And that would not be fun. Just ask the General Services Administration. Anyway, I say to you, Jimmy, party on. But party properly.
I agree, Emily. I believe we need to be extra responsible with government resources and set an example for the rest of the executive branch. The United States Department of Housing and Urban Development will be the leader and an example for the rest of the government and the rest of the free world.